the way I move. First you slide, then you boom. That's a capo on you. Oh, watch the way I move. Oh, watch the way I move. Oh, watch the way I move. First you slide, then you boom. That's a capo on you.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, check it out. We got ourselves a digital trends quiz here, and it says here in the title, only people under the age of 30 years old can name all of these Disney Channel stars. Well, I am definitely age appropriate, ladies and gentlemen. Next month is my birthday. I will be turning the age 32. So let's go ahead and take this quiz and see where my knowledge is at of the Disney Channel stars. Be sure to smash the like button on this video and subscribe to my channel if you guys are new here watching for the very first time. I want to leave a link in my description box to this very quiz, but the thing here is this page has so many ads, and I know you guys are going to just be having a hard time scrolling and closing them, so I kind of want to do you guys a favor. I'm not going to leave the link. All I ask you guys to do is just watch this video from start to finish and take the quiz right along with me. Here we go. All right, so this is not the first question, but just so you guys know exactly where my knowledge is, this picture right here, this is an early picture, by the way. We got Demi Lovato to the left, in the middle, Miley Cyrus, and to the right, Selena Gomez. These three female celebrities are definitely on my top 10 list of celebrity crushes. So, just to give you a taste of my celebrity crushes. Number 1, Vanessa Hudgens. Number 2, Demi Lovato. And number 3, Selena Gomez. I'm going to leave it right there. Those are the only 3 that I'm giving you guys. If you want to guess some other characters, let me know in the comment section. Okay, so here we go. Question number 1. Name the actress who played the titular character in Hannah Montana. That was played by Miley Cyrus. Now, it's kind of funny. They have the image and they also have the multiple choice. But most of you guys can basically guess off of a face, but you don't know their first and last name. Me personally, I'm pretty good with first and last names, and I'm also good with faces. Question 2. Who played the role of Alex Russo in Wizards of Waverly Place? That was by Selena Gomez. Question 3. Who played the role of Maddie Fitzpatrick in The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody? We got Ashley Tisdale. Question 4. Who won every teenage girl's heart as Troy Bolton in High School Musical? That was played by Zac Efron. Question 5. Who played twins Zack and Cody Martin in The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody? That was played by Dylan and Cole Sprouse. I do believe they also played the twins of Alex and Nikki in Full House as well. Which Disney Channel star played Teddy Duncan in Good Luck Charlie? That was played by Bridget Mendler. You know what's funny? I've never had a friend that was a female named Teddy before. And I've never knew any Teddy, coming up in school either. Like, no one was ever named Teddy in my class. None of my college courses. I don't know where the name Teddy comes from. When you think of Teddy, you think of like a freaking teddy bear. You can't just think of like a female or a male named Teddy. So it's kind of funny that her name was literally Teddy. Who played the role of Sharpay Evans in High School Musical? That was played by Ashley Tisdale. Which future superstar started out as Rocky Blue in Shake It Up? Now, this was a show that I watched, and that was played by Zendaya. Also, there is another actress that played in that series who goes by the name of Bella Thorne, and we all know her now because she's famously known for, erotic content purposes. Have the mighty fallen from the tree. We all know these Disney Channel stars, they go through it, and as they start to age, they basically, exit out of that child shell that we once knew them in. So Bella Thorne, perfect example. Super out of her child shell. Miley Cyrus, super out of her child shell. And Demi Lovato, super out of her child shell as well. Who played Bailey Pickett in The Sweet Life on Deck, a spin-off of The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody? That was played by Debbie Ryan. She has a place, but I think her place is probably like top 20 for my celebrity crushes. Which famous singer portrayed Sunny Monroe in Sunny with a Chance in the 2000s? Demi Lovato played that. Which actress played Raven Baxter, a teenager with hidden psychic powers in That's So Raven? This one is the dead giveaway, but if you don't know her name, that's how they get you. So her name is Raven-Symoné, but she also has the name Raven in the series, but they changed the last name, obviously, Raven Baxter. Who played the lovable identical twins in Sister Sister in the 1990s? That will be played by Tia and Tamara Mowry. They're not on my list, but they're honorable mentions. Who played Eddie, Raven's best friend in That's So Raven? Okay, Eddie was played by Orlando Brown. He's going through some freaking tough, troubling times right now. That guy, I wouldn't mess with him. I would not mess with him. Remember Lizzie McGuire, who played her nerdy best friend Gordo? Gordo was played by Adam Lamberg. How do I know that? Well, you have to watch these series, obviously. You got to watch the freaking beginning of the show when it comes on. You have the credits, you got all of the actors and actresses' names. You got who the show was created by, written by, directed by, everything. You got to pay close attention to TV, man. Who played Jackson, Miley's brother in Hannah Montana? Okay, so this was played by Jason Earls, who we have not seen in anything in quite a long time. I really feel like he has either retired from acting or he's probably just doing side projects, across the water somewhere. I don't know. But he's definitely have not been seen by my eyes in years. Who was the star in Liv and Maddie? That was played by Dove Cameron. Now, here's a little tidbit, just in case you guys didn't know. She played both characters, which was just basically one character. I know, it's kind of funny, but all those people that basically thought, she had a twin sister, no, she was literally playing both roles by herself. So that's pretty damn impressive, if you ask me. Takes a lot of talent to be able to play multiple characters. We've seen it done plenty of times in plenty of different shows. Jamie Foxx has played multiple characters on his Jamie Foxx show. Martin has played plenty of characters on his Martin series. So yeah, it's been done before, definitely. Who voiced the part of Kim Possible in the animated series of the same name? Okay, so this was voiced by Christy Carlson. Do you remember which actor played the role of Sharpay's brother Ryan in the High School Musical movies? Ryan was played by Lucas Grabeel. I actually like Lucas. He's a pretty decent actor, and I think his dancing skills are actually pretty decent. I thought it was just a High School Musical thing, but I think he can actually dance in real life, so That's really cool. But like I said, he's actually a pretty decent actor. I seen him in other shows after the whole High School Musical situation, so he wasn't just, known for that role. I do think he played in it was a show on the CW, I think. What was it called? Dang, I forgot what it was called. But yeah, he definitely has some other roles and everything like that. But like I said, once again, he's a pretty decent actor in my book of opinions. If you're a 90s kid, you'll hopefully remember who played Johnny Kapla in Johnny Tsunami. This was a movie. I don't know this one. I'm actually stumped. I remember their faces, but I can't put their name to their faces. We got Brandon Baker, Bradley Stephen Perry, Greg Sulkin, and Stephen Anthony Lawrence. I do believe Johnny is this younger one over here to the right. Either Bradley or Brandon. Alright, we gotta pick multiple choice here. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Blah, blah, blah. I'm gonna go with Brandon. Hey, we got it. Close that ad. Don't want to see it. Brandon Baker. Okay. Do you know which young star played the role of Mitchie in Camp Rock? Oh man, one of my favorite musicals. If I had to choose, before we reveal the answer, if I had to choose between High School Musical and Camp Rock, which are two of my, top favorite musical movies, I will still choose High School Musical first, just number one. And then Camp Rock is number two. Nonetheless, like I said, my top two celebrity crushes, Vanessa and Demi, both played in both of those movies. And I just loved and enjoyed both of those freaking movies, man. Like they really set the tone for my high school life. And the movies were so relatable back then. Now when you look at movies and shit like that, everything is just based off of like memes and things that you've seen before on social media. But it's not that much relatable movies that can relate to your actual life. You know what I'm saying? Like, people were going through some tough times in high school. You had a lot of peer pressure and a lot of decisions that had to be made. A lot of things that was going on in your life. People coming in, people exiting. So yeah, those two movies definitely kept me through the high school days of school, and and then just through life itself. But it was definitely played. Mitchie was played by Demi Lovato. If you remember the Disney Channel original movie Halloween Town, you know who starred as Marnie. Marnie was played by Kimberly. Who played the role of London Tipton in The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody? London Tipton was played by Brenda Song. She is I loved her character on that series, and she has, had other acting opportunities, in her career, but definitely I only recognize her for being the character of London Tipton in The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, and then also The Sweet Life on Deck. I think she made a couple of appearances in that series as well, which was a spin-off of the original show. And she has a natural beauty. You know what I'm saying? Like, she is naturally beautiful. In this freaking series, I don't know how old she was in The Sweet Life on Deck, but I definitely had a crush on her. Who played the heroine in the 1990 movie Xenon, Girl of the 21st Century? Oh my god. This one's going deep into the memory bank here, but that was played by Kirsten Storms. Haven't really seen her in a long, long time. Which actress played the iconic role of Lizzie McGuire in the hit show? Lizzie was played by Hilary Duff. She is on my list as well. She definitely is in the top 20. She's not in the top 10. All right, let me scroll here. Who played the role of Andy Mack in the TV show? Andy Mack. Okay, so this is not my generation. This is a little bit after. So this is, like early 2000s. But she was played by Peyton Elizabeth Lee. And funny thing about this series, I can't remember the name of it, but I do remember the character, and I do remember her face. And that series, it was actually very interesting and mature, because I seen my nephews watching it, and I just started to get really into it. And I'm like watching it, and I'm like, they're talking about things that, my nephews and my niece, they shouldn't be hearing about right now. You know what I'm saying? Sexuality, them determining, like who is, bisexual, gay, lesbian, whatever the case may be. And I'm just like, they're talking about this stuff, and I'm like looking at my nephews and stuff. These guys are like, what, 6, 7 years old watching this, 5 years old. So I'm like, why the heck do they have this on? And they're well in tune. They're glued to the freaking TV watching this series. And I'm just like, all right, let me start watching this. And I'm like, oh, wow. It was very, very good. It was very interesting. And, it had a lot of character development. You know what I'm saying? They weren't just focused on one particular character. Like, they traveled through all of the characters' lives. Even if it was brief, they still gave us something. Who played the role of Emma Ross in the show Jessie, which aired from 2011 to 2015? Another Peyton actress. This was played by Peyton List. She was annoying in that show. What was it called again? Jessie, yeah. And I think she's also played on that Bunked series as well. I think Bunk is a spin-off of Jessie. Or it could be something entirely different. But either way, it's still the same family, it's still the same character, still played by the same actress. But her character was super annoying. For her to be like a preteen, she was just too stuck up and expected the world basically handed on a silver platter. I would have dead seriously just, been giving her beating after beating. Like, listen, okay, just because we're rich, we still need to make money. Money don't grow on trees. You got to learn the value of $1. 90s kids, do you remember who starred as TJ in Smart Guy? TJ was played by Taj Mowry, who honestly later on in my years of growing up, I discovered that this is the brother to the twin sisters of Tia and Tamara. I didn't know they had a brother. So it's kind of funny, discovering this, as an adult. You're like, holy crap, they have the same last name. And then you see pictures of them and you're like, wow, they had a brother. Why wasn't he in their series? He managed to, end up getting his own series, which is still good for him, Him being able to branch off and, be able to become his own person is really dope. Who played the role of Sydney in Sydney to the Max? Okay, this was played by Ruth, and that's the little girl with the red pants. She has a familiar face, and I think I've seen her recently in something else. I never watched Sydney to the Max, though. Who starred in the famous Jet Jackson as Jet, a teenage secret agent on a fictional TV show? Okay. This was played by Lee Thompson Young. Now, the reason why I chose the name, because I know his face, but I don't really know his name. But I definitely know that it's not Kyle Massey, because Kyle Massey played Corey from Corey in the House. Omar Gooding, This is the guy that was he was in that movie Baby Boy. And then Jake Short is a white guy. No offense. But yeah, he's definitely not the guy in the picture, obviously. So that one, we just had to use a process of elimination. We honestly got stumped in that one. I didn't know his name. Were you obsessed with Even Stevens in the early 2000s? Which famous actor played Lewis? Okay, so this is played by Shia LaBeouf or Shia LaBeouf. I was not obsessed with Even Stevens. It was a show that was honestly a little above its time because it was so weird, but I definitely watched it because, we were forced to watch TV. So, yeah. Anything that basically came on Disney Channel, best, especially in the early 2000s, we were definitely watching it, me and my brothers. Because most of the stuff that we tried to watch, it was just a little too extreme, too violent, too sexual. And basically our parents, we had parents that actually gave a shit, so whenever we were watching, wrestling or any movies that had, little sexual contact, whether it was like kissing or, people walking around in their underclothes, or just a little flash of someone's chest or someone's butt, what I'm saying, our mom just basically tried to, prevent us from watching all of that stuff. So she will always immediately put on Disney Channel or Nickelodeon or PBS Kids. So yeah, that's the type of childhood that I basically had. Whose career was launched in the iconic 90s movie The Parent Trap? Oh, great movie. Great movie. I don't like that they revamped the movie. But either way, the actress that played in this was Lindsay Lohan. Surprisingly, she's not on my top 10 or my top 20. She's probably like in the top 50. I know a lot of people are gonna say, "Yo, you're bugging." Lindsay Lohan was pretty hot. Yeah, she was, but shit happens in Hollywood, and things happen to actresses, in their early stages of the career. So yeah, I kind of didn't really look to, I didn't really look towards her as one of those that I'm, crushing over, but I did acknowledge her. Which actress had the lead role in the Disney Channel's Bizarre Bizarre. Oh man, I used to love watching this. Paige and Frankie. Oh my god, this was played by Olivia Rodrigo. Now, as you guys know, we watched a lot of things in my early stages, and then watching with my nephews and stuff like that. This was definitely a series I picked up from those guys, from my nephews. So watching this, I had no idea that Olivia Rodrigo would eventually become like a solo singing star, but they did showcase just like a little bit of talent in the show. You know what I'm saying? Like she didn't do too much singing, but there were a lot of musical acts and stuff like that. So it made sense that eventually she would become a star. Which teen heartthrob starred in both Brink and The Princess Diaries? Princess Diaries. I think that was Selena Gomez, right? Okay, so we're not looking for a female. We're looking for a male. Zac Efron, Ryan Gosling, Joe Jonas, or Eric Von Didi? It's gotta be Eric. I know Joe Jonas from the Jonas Brothers. They also had a series known as Jonas, I believe, and they definitely wasn't in the Princess Diaries or anything like that. Zac Efron probably was casted for it, but didn't get the role. And then Ryan Gosling, obviously, Not really a Disney Channel star. That guy is just a Hollywood star. Okay, so it says my score is 96.97%. Congratulations. With a score like this, you can officially call yourself a Disney Channel wizard. Alex Russo would be proud. Yeah, she would be. Just imagine if I became the family wizard. Oh, man. That is crazy. But anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed this quiz, and I hope you guys got as much right as I got right. Honestly, it says 96%, but I feel like I knocked this out of the park and got a solid 100% on this quiz. So I'm going to give myself an A+, and I'm going to catch you guys in the next video. Peace.
You need to leave.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
That was totally wicked.
Matter how I do it, I just tryna make my mama proud of me. I hope my mama proud of me, cause I dubbed college just so I could focus on a dream. I know my mama died of me, salute me, nasty down with me. Now two bros going back and forth, sibling rivalry. Who this guy gotta be, do numbers like the lottery. The coldest every winter, every summer, nothing hot as me. And if I spring up, bet my nigga on the side of me, ready for a war.